Manga-Waido.
My name is Yukito Ishii. I'm a first year who just entered Wasido Junior High School. When I first entered the school, it was fun. But by the time a month had passed, I hated school so much. The reason was basketball, which we were forced to play in physical education. We were divided into teams by name, and as you can see, I'm short and thin. I tried my best, but when the ball came around, I couldn't score even once, and I was baggage for everyone. Some of my classmates said, "Don't worry about it," but...
We lost because of you.
Buy me a drink as punishment, come on! Let's go to the kiosk!
You better bring your wallet.
These guys are Baba and Kagawa. They seem to be from the same elementary school and are good friends. They're big and have loud voices, so I was pretty scared of them, to be honest. And Baba's brother is an 8th grader at this junior high school, and apparently he's a famous bad guy around here.
Hey, Ishii! Go buy some bread!
I didn't bring my wallet today. Huh? You didn't bring it on purpose, did ya? It's not like that, but...
My brother is our leader. You know what happens if you cross me.
You'll be beaten to a pulp and you won't even have a bone left in your body!
You don't want to get beat up. Bring your wallet tomorrow. You understand?
I was being harassed day after day, and I started to hate school so much that I stopped going.
I talked to the homeroom teacher and the principal. They said that the 2 students who asked Yukito for money have been given a severe warning and will have to study in the study room for a while.
I see, but I still don't want to go to school.
Stop talking nonsense! You're a student. Your job is to study.
Honey, stop! Don't worry, Yukito. Your mom will get your homework and stuff. Stay home and rest for a while.
My father was always angry with me, saying, "Go to school," but my mother looked after me kindly. I did my best to study at home so that I wouldn't disappoint her. Then one day, about 2 weeks later...
What? Oh my gosh! Yeah, okay, I'll be right there.
Mom, what's wrong?
Yukito, Grandma in the countryside broke a bone.
What, is she alright?
Yeah, they said it's not life-threatening, but I'm worried about her, so I want to go check on her.
My mother packed her bags and went home to her parents for a few days. I told her that I would study at home, but my father said,
No. If I leave you alone, you're going to play games.
In the end, I was taken to my father's office, where he ran his own business, and I spent my time there with his occasional supervision. I wanted to be alone. This sucks. I'd finished my studies in the corner of the office and was reading a book I'd brought with me when someone walked in.
Excuse me. I have brought you the catalog about what we talked about on the phone.
A man with a friendly demeanor was talking to the receptionist. He looks kind of familiar. And I looked at him thinking that. The man noticed me, smiled, and said,
Hello. Are you Yukito by any chance?
Yes.
I knew it. My name is Nezu. We met here once when you were little. Don't you remember me?
Huh? After some time, my father came out from the back and led Nezu-san inside.
I'm sorry you had to come all the way here. No. This is the catalog for our new copy machine. Ah, there's so many kinds now. I wonder which one will suit our needs.
Then they talked for about 30 minutes.
Oh, I'll be back. Please consider it. I'll discuss it with the company by tomorrow. Thank you for your cooperation. Yukito, I'm sorry for interrupting.
No.
Oh, you know Yukito, Nezu-san? Yes, we met when Yukito was younger. Is that so? Actually, Yukito's been absent from school for a while now, so I've been making him study here. It's embarrassing to say the least.
You don't have to say things you don't need to. But Nezu-san's smile remained warm.
Everyone has times like that.
He said,
School is not always full of good things. Sometimes it makes you want to take a break, right, Yukito?
Yes.
Oh, is that the novel that won the Manhwa Prize?
Yes, I like to read novels.
Reading is good. Books enrich your life. I used to read a lot when I was young. Although these days I don't have much time for it.
Nezu-san bowed lightly and left, saying, Well, I'll be going now. And what a nice person. I wish someone like that had been my father. I felt as if Nezu-san's smile eased my frustration at my father saying something unnecessary. Nezu-san came again the next day and talked with my father about the new copy machine. On his way home, he came up to me and lent me a book, saying, Here, take this if you'd like.
It's a little old, but it's a book I was crazy about when I was a student. You can read it if you like.
Thank you.
Please, let me know what you think of it next time I come by.
The book Nezu-san lent me was an adventure story. I was so engrossed in it that I finished it in one sitting. Huh? On the last page of the book was Nezu-san's business card with his email address saying, "If you like, I can lend you the sequel too, so please contact me." I sent him an email thanking him for the book and asking him if I could lend the sequel, and he responded immediately. It said, "I'll put the sequel in your mailbox, so please pick it up." After that, I continued to exchange emails with Nezu-san. Nezu-san was very knowledgeable and taught me a lot of the things I didn't know. As we continued our exchanges, strangely enough, I gradually began to feel better, and I began to think, maybe I can go to school now. Eventually, my mother came back from the country and said, "If you think you can go to school, I will support you." Because of things like that, I went to school for the first time in a while. But when I got there, Baba and Kagawa were still the same. As soon as I saw them, they started to get involved with me, saying, "Look who's here, that scrawny boy Ishii. You snitched on that teacher about us, didn't you?"
Well, I was lucky to be able to lounge around in the study room.
"But because you snitched on me, my parents stopped giving me an allowance."
Me too. It's your fault. Take responsibility.
What? Isn't that your fault? Huh? Did you say something?
Don't get carried away, man.
Ah! Meet us at the arcade after school.
Bring the money if you want me to forgive you for telling on us.
Let's see. I'll forgive you if you bring me 50,000 yen. There's no way I'm going. Huh? You know what happens if you don't show up?
We know where you live. We heard it from a guy in your grade school.
If you don't want us to come to your house, bring the money, you got it? Even after that, throughout the day, they repeatedly told me, "You better come. If you don't come, we'll come to your house." Oh, I have no choice but to go. I reluctantly went to the arcade. Of course, I turned on the recording function on my phone in case they did something to me, and I also checked the location of the police box so I could run to it immediately. I thought about talking to my mother about it, but she was tired from taking care of my grandmother. I didn't want to worry her. I won't lose. As I waited in front of the arcade with trepidation,
Oh, Yukito, hello!
I turned toward the voice and it was Nezu-san. Nezu-san, hello? Are you on your way home from work?
Yeah, I finished early today. More importantly, what are you doing here?
Well, I'm meeting up with a guy from my class. I couldn't say I was called out, so I responded vaguely. Nezu-san must have sensed something. "Then come play with me until your friend comes," he said, inviting me inside the arcade. I've never really done this kind of thing before.
Let me show you then.
What? You know how to play this? Nezu-san approaches what appears to be a fighting game. Wow, Nezu-san, you're amazing! You're really good!
Yes.
He looks like a kind and gentle man, but his skills were professional. And in no time, he knocked down his opponents in the fighting game. How did you get so good at this?
When I was young, I used to play with my friends like this. You get better at everything with experience.
I see.
Wow, I didn't know they still had those in arcades these days. I'm actually good at that too.
Nezu-san headed for an old punching machine in the corner. Nezu-san inserts some coins and gets ready. At that moment,
There you are, Ishii. Did you bring the money?
who's that old guy? Is he a relative? Is he gonna pay us? No, he has nothing to do with this. Baba and Kagawa showed up. I rushed in between Baba and Nezu-san. But Baba pushes me away and approaches Nezu-san.
Huh? Can you punch, old man?
So scrawny, no way!
Well, more importantly, we're out of money. Can you give us 10,000 yen?
If you don't give me money, I'll take better care of him. Nezu-san found out that I was being bullied by these two. Nezu-san is the last person I wanted to find out. I was so frustrated I almost cried. But Nezu-san was completely unfazed. But on the contrary, he gave off a bigger smile than usual and slowly said,
Ah, wait a minute then. I've already put in the money for this. Huh? What is he talking about? It's too good to waste. I'll talk to you after I take a shot.
The next moment, a thunderous roar rumbled through the air. It took me a few seconds to realize it was coming from a punching machine, a sound I'd never heard before. The punching machine repeatedly displayed the words highest score and congratulations. The rankings show a number that far surpasses the second-place finisher. Nezu-san, wow!
I used to be better back in the day. I guess you can't beat age. So, what did you guys want? Oh, you want me to give you some money.
Nezu-san, your eyes aren't smiling at all. Barbara and the others seemed to be intimidated by his eyes and said, "Who is this old man?" and shook with fear.
You guys, it's not good to ask for money from others. And it's not nice to do that to your classmates. No, Yukito and I are friends. I can't let someone who annoys my friend get away with it.
No, I'm sorry, we won't do it again.
Hey, you're apologizing to the wrong person. To Yukito. Please forgive me! Hey, Kagawa, let's go!
God! The fearful Barbara and the others ran away so quickly, they were gone before Nezu-san could finish his sentence.
Ah, there they go. I'm sorry I was too much of a klutz to get you to reconcile with those guys.
No, it's okay. Thank you. Nezu-san, how do you know how to punch so hard?
As I said before, it's important to do it many times. You just have to train.
I want to be strong too. I want to be a cool guy like Nezu-san. I don't want those guys to make fun of me anymore.
That's the spirit. I remember when I was young, I started going to the dojo because I admired my friend's strength.
Please teach me about that dojo as well.
Yes, of course. Let's train together.
Yes! After that, I told my parents that I wanted to go to the dojo that Nezu-san had introduced me to. My mother was worried, but my father said, "That's what makes him a man," and agreed to pay the monthly training fee. Nezu-san introduced me to a dojo where I could learn judo and self-defense, and they gave me detailed instructions on how to train my body. Strangely enough, the more I trained my body, the more confident I became. Now I can go to school normally. Barbara and Kagawa were initially observing me, but they gradually started to make fun of me like they used to. But I'm not the same anymore. That day we had to wrestle in gym class.
I'll throw a scrawny guy like you with these!
I grabbed Baba, who had underestimated me, and let his guard down by the scruff of his neck and threw him out of the ring. The class cheered loudly. Baba and Kagawa were stunned. After that, they stopped teasing me, and I was able to lead a peaceful school life. But it seems that Baba and Kagawa didn't learn their lesson and started targeting a student in another class. But the parents of the bullied students held some kind of power, and the two disappeared from the school before I knew it. Rumors circled around about them changing schools and entering rehabilitation facilities, but the truth is unknown. As for me, I still keep in touch with Nezu-san, and we lend each other books and practice together at the dojo.
To be a good warrior and a scholar, they say balance is the key to everything.
Yes! With Nezu-san's philosophy in mind, I spend my days studying and working hard to get in shape. I will surely become a kind and strong adult like Nezu-san. That's my dream right now.